Greetings, everyone! In a world where technology constantly evolves, we're about to unwrap the most cutting-edge folding smartphones of 2024. Stay tuned to discover the future you can hold in your hands. The latest Razr 40 Ultra further streamlines the throwback design, with a giant cover screen making it much more useful before you flip the clamshell open. The internals haven't been upgraded a huge amount over the previous generation. Its last year chip not quite keeping pace with today's best traditional phones. Waterproofing is a modest IP54, but the addition of wireless charging helps it match rival clamshells. Its cameras remain a step behind the likes of Samsung. But if you prefer a more stock Android experience, this foldable should be near the top of your list. Cover display, 3.6 in 1066 by 1056 old. Main display, 6.9 in 2460 by 1080 old. Cameras, 12 a 13MP rear, 32MP front. Processor, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Storage, 256 512ths of a gigabyte. RAM, 1/12ths of a gigabyte. Dimensions, 171 by 74 by 7 millimeters unfolded. Weight, 185 grams. The Z Flip 5 remains a well-made, water-resistant clamshell, only now the gap between the two halves has been banished. And the much larger external display is a whole lot more useful. Flipped open, the main 6.7 in old panel is sharp, detailed, and bursting with color. Its multitasking potential remains good with a two-finger swipe opening multi-window. A Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 CPU keeps pace with 2023's flagships. And battery life is decent for a clamshell foldable. Camera hardware hasn't seen any major upgrades, so it remains behind the best traditional phones in terms of image quality. But the gulf is not huge. Samsung's software does a lot of heavy lifting to make up the difference, so can usually be relied on to take a stellar snap. That combo could be enough to make the Z Flip 5 one of the best foldable phones for anyone on a sensible budget. Cover display, 3.4 inches, 720 by 748 AMOLED. Main display, 6.7 in 2640 by 1080 AMOLED 120 Hz. Cameras, 12 20MP rear, 10MP front. Processor, Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Battery, 3700 mAh. Storage, 256 512ths of a gigabyte. RAM, 8 gigabytes. Dimensions, 165 by 72 by 6.9 millimeters unfolded. Weight, 187 grams. The Pixel Fold is an impressive debut effort from Google. It offers a more compact design compared to its competitors, and its rear camera outstanding. Perhaps the best thing here, though, is how the optimized version of Android takes full advantage of the internal display, even when folded. The Pixel Fold retains all the functionality of a regular phone without any compromises. It's not perfect, though, with the Pixel Fold falling short in terms of battery life and charging speeds, which are not particularly impressive compared to other flagship smartphones out there. It also lacks some of the advanced photography capabilities found in the Pixel 7 Pro, which costs half the price. While it comes close, it doesn't quite. It's missing the optional stylus support and reverse wireless charging. Nevertheless, for those enamored with the idea of a folding Pixel smartphone, the Pixel Fold is a very impressive first attempt worth considering. Cover display, 5.8 inches, 2090 by 1080 old 120 Hz, main display, 6 inches, 2208 by 1840 folding old 120 Hz, cameras, for 8MP plus 10, 8MP plus 10.8 MP rear, 8MP plus 9, 5MP front, processor, Google Tensor G2. Battery, for 8 to 1 mAh, storage, to 156 to 512 GB, RAM, 12 GB, dimensions, 158 by 140 by 5.8 mm unfolded. Weight, 283 grams. There's no escaping its astronomical price tag. But Samsung's latest foldable flagship fixes a lot of the hinge gap completely, making it sturdier and more stylish than the outgoing model. Performance from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor is predictably impressive, delivering rapid speed even when multitasking. Longevity gains are great too, with increased chip efficiency squeezing more life out of the same 4,400 mAh cell as before. The camera setup hasn't really evolved this generation, meaning there are foldable rivals that have the edgy, especially on zoom. The Fold 5 can still take a superb snap, though. With impressive consistency across all lenses, low light results are standout too. Cover display, 6.2-inch to 1316 by 900 for AMOLED 120 Hz. Main display, 7.6-inch to 1176 by 1812 AMOLED 120 Hz. Cameras, 12 plus 50 plus 10 MP rear, 4 MP front. 10 MP cover. Processor, Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Battery, 4400 mAh. Storage, to 56 GB 1 TB. RAM, 12 GB. Dimension, 155.1 by 130 by 6.1 mm unfold. Weight, 253 grams. It feels like OnePlus came out of nowhere with the Open. Schooling. Much bigger companies with a simply brilliant form factor and clever software tweaks that make multitasking a breeze on its large internal screen. Whichever version you buy, you're getting a trio of capable cameras, rapid performance of Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 CPU, and a heady 16 GB of RAM, and a sizable 512 GB of internal storage. Battery life is very good for a foldable, and both wired and wireless charging is far speedier than Google or Samsung offers right now. Add in the fact it's cheaper than the both Z Fold 5 and Pixel Fold, and it's comfortably the best folding phone money can buy today. With lower price and brilliant build, the OnePlus Open is the finest foldable we've seen yet. Main screen, 7.82-inch to 1440 by 2268 AMOLED 120 Hz. Cover screen, 6.3-inch to 1484 by 1116 AMOLED 120 Hz. Processor, Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. RAM, 16 GB. Storage, 512 GB. Software, Android 13 with Oxygenos 13. Cameras, 48 plus 64 plus 48 MP rear, 20 plus 32 MP front. Battery, 4805 mAh. Dimensions, 153 by 143 by 5. 8 mm unfolded. Weight, 245 grams.